He's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Alfred, your turn. How are you today, pal?
Oh, it's great to talk to you, sir.
Nice to have you aboard, Al. Let me hear. Fire away.
All right, far away. I'm a long-time suffering New York Knicks fan.
All right.
At the point where, for Christmas, I want Jalen Brunson under my Christmas tree.
No, he's not that good. Jeez.
Oh, he's good. He's good. He's another. He's very close to being Walt Frazier.
No. You
don't think so?
No, I do not. I think that he could be a decent backup point guard. As Ian Eagle told us a couple weeks ago, maybe a Van Fleet, the kid from the Raptors. He's not a franchise player. He's not a guy that's he's not a transcendent player. He might be a rotation player in the NBA. Might be.
All right. Here's my. I know you're busy. Your show is great. The Columbus Washington story was sensational.
Great game.
Great announcing by you and that gentleman. You hit it on the head. Here's my finally. I don't want to take up your time, but I don't think the people in New York City, the people who go to the Knicks games, don't care. All they worry about is being seen. I mean, this is not New York Knicks basketball. I go back to, I hate to say it, Tom Gola, Richie Guerin, when we stunk. We were terrible.
I think there's some truth to that. I do think the Knicks fan thinks it's a happening thing to do. The happening thing to do is to be at a Knicks game, and I think they go there for the attention. They think it grabs them more so than the actual competition. I think there's a lot of truth to that. Go ahead.
And last but not least, I hope the Philadelphia 76ers give the city of Philadelphia a very exciting playoff situation. They're young, they're energetic, they're exciting. And that is another mecca of basketball. What people don't understand.
I won't go mecca. Not the 76ers, Al. I'm not going to do mecca for them. They have never been. Now, they're a bigger factor now than they ever have been. They've never been a big storyline in Philly. They never drew. They didn't pay, Wilt never drew against Russell. The famous blip on the screen, 5,800, whatever it was, 6,000 people against Milwaukee in a Game 7 of a semifinal in the Eastern Conference back in the early 80s. They, on Easter Sunday, they have never, ever been a great NBA town. Never. Now, they're better now. Based on the fact that they got a young team after all that perennial losing. There's a little bit more of a juice factor with the Sixers than there was some with Iverson for a couple of years, but for the most part, they have not been a good NBA town. A little better now recently. A little better now. I mean, they never drew for Wilt. Never, ever did they draw for Wilt. Never. And the same thing goes for the Julius Erving teams. So I'm not going to give you that as far as, that's a mecca for basketball. The Knicks situation, that has been a mecca for basketball, but the Knicks are horrendous. And, they've sold out every game basically for 100 years and they never win. Great story today, by the way. Not good. Great story in the New York Times today. So you can buy it anywhere you want. Harvey Arrington on the Knicks management with Hornacek. Very, very good story. As Harry said, do you think maybe... I'll read it to you. I'm a Hornacek groupie, as you guys know. I'll read it to you. Mills and Steve Mills and the other kid, Scott Perry. Give me a break. As Hornacek said, as our little... let me see. Like so many predecessors, this is Harvey today, Hornacek was fired rather unceremoniously shortly after a victory Wednesday night over the Cavaliers in Cleveland, which concluded the Knicks' 29-53 season. The story broke overnight, or before Hornacek had the chance to get some sleep, enjoy a shower, and shave before his execution. Mills told reporters, "I don't think it was a complete shock to Jeff, citing an ominous meeting 2 weeks ago, but Hornacek publicly lobbied to stay on before the game Thursday night. Stay classy, Knicks. At least Hornacek was not escorted out of the building after showing up for work, which was Don Chaney's fate during one disgraceful Garden night during the 03-04 season. With another year and $5 million left on his contract, Hornacek becomes the newest member of James Dolan's exclusive Club Go Away, which still includes Jackson, which is Phil Jackson. You think the Knicks could have given Hornacek a little better break here? And, I heard a lot of people write today, and it bothered me. A lot of people wrote today, well, Hornacek's game day management in strategic scenarios was left plenty to be desired. His strategy, they had a lot of bad losses this year. And a good buddy of mine wrote, they lost to Atlanta for crying out loud. How do you lose to Atlanta if you're the Knicks? He deserves to go. Well, where did Atlanta go about a month ago? Atlanta went to Utah. Beat them 94-89. In Utah, the Hawks, the pitiful Hawks. Think about that when Oklahoma City hosts Game 7 against the Jazz in a couple of weeks. Because if they beat the Hawks, their Game 7's in Salt Lake. I mean, with that motley crew, I'm going to start breaking down Jeff Hornacek's game day strategies against the Orlando Magic with 5 minutes to go in these games. Who gives a crap if they won or lost? I mean, what? They win 32 games to 29? What difference does it make? Their team is horrendous. John Wooden couldn't win with this team. How's that? A combination of Wooden, Auerbach, and Riley could not win with this team. But we're going to go charade Mark Jackson in here now? God forbid. Tony in Ontario. He's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Tony, good afternoon. How are you today?
Good, Doggy. How are you?
Fine, Tone. Thank you. What's on your mind now? What do you have for me?
Well, luckily I had a chance to stir or calm down while I was on hold. The Raptors, I should first say I've been following the NBA since the 80s. I'm probably one of the few Canadians who prefer basketball over hockey.
Okay.
But so one of the things, the Raptors have earned the lack of confidence amongst the American media. We've earned every ounce of it. The one thing that bothers me, though, is factual misreporting. And that's what really bothers me. The Raptors beat Houston twice this year, and I know I don't get caught up in season matchups all that much, but I will say this. Max Kellerman on ESPN said that Houston losing to Toronto, you recall when Toronto beat Houston and snapped their winning streak there, he said that was a scheduled loss because in the NBA, the third game in 4 nights.
I know there are some scheduled defeats. You're annoyed there, Tony, because that takes away from the Raptors' win against a good team. We'll see about the Raptors. They got a lot to prove. 5 o'clock.